Hi, my name is Joanna Oko and thank you so much for stopping by. So in today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how to crochet this multicolored top, and I've made this top in different colors, but in today's video I'll be using color green, white and chocolate to craft it. If you don't have an idea of how to mix colors, you can check some from Pinterest, and I normally upload videos each and every week, so consider subscribing and join the family. Let's begin. For the materials, I'll be using three colors: jungle green, chocolate and white. I'll also be using 4mm crochet hook. You need scissor and tape measure to help you in the sizing. To begin, make a slip knot. Insert your hook, chain 11, chain loosely because we are going to work through the back loop. That's the back loop that I'm talking about. And then we are going to do half double crochet stitches. So make half double crochet in each and every stitch until the end of the row. So it has this nice edging effect when you work through the back loop. To begin the next row, chain 2, and we're going to start increasing our work on this one side. So to increase your work, you are going to make 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. So that's one. Make a second half double crochet in the same stitch for an increase, and then make half double crochet in each and every stitch until the end of the row. Once you get to the end of the row, you are going to chain 2, turn your work around, and on this side we're not going to increase anything. The increase will be done on to the other end. So make half double crochet through the back loop only, and then make half double crochet in each and every stitch until you get to the other side. It's important to note that the increase is only happening on one side of the rows, while the other side we are maintaining our row, no increase, no reduction. And so one stitch left, and I'm not going to work through the back loop on this last stitch. I'm going to make 2 half double crochet in the same stitch, but going inside the stitch, not through the back loop. I love doing that to avoid my work stretching too much. So chain 2, turn your work around, and then into the first stitch you are going to increase again, make 2 half double crochet in the same stitch, and then for the rest of the row you are going to make half double crochet in each and every stitch until the end of the row. Also note that this pattern we are working it side to side, and at the same time we are increasing the height of the top. So let's make a final row on this one, and then you should be able to work the rest of the row. I'm just going to make half double crochet in each and every row, and then when I get towards the other side I'm going to increase by making 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. So this is the part that we are working on, the mustard part, and it should be increasing towards that direction, and at the same time the height should be increasing. So for burst 34, I went ahead and made 39 rows of half double crochet working through the back loop only, and it's it's 13 inches, but when I stretch it out, it can accommodate up to 17 inches, and the height is 9. The height is 9 inches. So if you have a bigger bust, continue adding the rows of half double crochet until you get like your desired size. For instance, if your bust is 40, the front part you're going to work 20 inches, and then the back part you're going to work 20 inches as well. Okay, because the front and the back part should be equal, something like that. So the next thing we're going to do, I have increased my work, and this is the part we've done so far. So the next part I'm going to show you is how to fix this white part while increasing it, at the same time attaching it to this color over here. And I'm going to use color white to work on this piece. So to do that, for instance, if you want to have like to increase the height of your top, like at this point it's chain 3, but if you want to your top to be longer, you could chain 10 depending on the height that you need. So that's a personal choice, but for me I'm going to add like 2 more inches on this top. So to do that, grab your yarn. So I'm going to use this color white, and I'm just going to turn my work around, and I'm going to work to make the last row of half double crochet. And just before I complete my row of half double crochet, I'm going to grab my other yarn and then just pull through to complete the row like that. So I'm going to chain 7, chain loosely, because we are going to work through the back loop as well. When you chain tightly, working through the back loop can be a little bit tricky. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make half double crochet in each and every stitch going towards this other side. So onto the last stitch, I'm going to make 2 half double crochet in the same stitch because we're going to work rows of increase. By increase, this is what I mean. If you're starting from this point, you can see like the white part is increasing, and that's what we're going to do over here. So I'm just going to cut off this yarn and then just attach the 2 together to make my work easier. Okay, so now let me show you how to attach your other color onto this other color. So kindly be keen. This first row here, this belongs to this first row of half double crochet. So onto the next row of half double crochet, you are going to make a single crochet like that. My work seems a little bit curved. It's because I've tightened off this a bit too tight, so just tighten it loosely. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my work around. Do not chain or anything. And then onto this, remember we are still working on the back loop, so on the first stitch you are going to make an increase again. So you are going to make 2 half double crochet in that stitch, and then make half double crochet in each and every stitch until you get to this other point. So I have one stitch left over here, but on the last stitch I don't like going inside the back loop because my work is going to be a little bit loose. So I love working the last half double crochet now inside the last stitch, like that. To begin the next row, chain 2, turn your work around, and then work through the back loop only, half double crochet in each and every stitch. And then we have our last stitch here. Onto that last stitch you are going to make 2 more half double crochet. So basically we are going to increase onto this down part, while the upper part we are going to maintain. We're not going to increase or reduce anything. So now go on to the next row of half double crochet, which is this over here. So we have this, the middle part is a row of half double crochet, and then this one is also a row of half double crochet. So go inside there. Now it's a bit different here, so you're going to make your first single crochet, and then on to the next, again make a single crochet, and then turn your work around. When you are beginning on this other side, you are not going to chain 2 or anything, so just grab your yarn again and onto the first stitch, not this one, skip the single crochet that you made. Onto the first stitch of half double crochet, you are going to make 2 half double crochet there, and then half double crochet until the end of the row. When you get to the end of the row, insert your hook inside the middle like that, and then just chain 2 again, turn your work around, half double crochet in each and every stitch, and then when you get towards the end of the row, you're going to make 2 half double crochet. On the last stitch, which is this one, so I'm just going to make 2 half double crochet there, and then attach it onto the green part. I'm going to go on to the immediate next row, this one over here, make a single crochet, and then onto the next row of half double crochet, make a single crochet, turn your work around. When you begin when you are starting on your first on your next row, onto the first stitch of half double crochet, again make 2 half double crochet. So that's going to be the pattern, like that. As you can see, it's already increasing, going towards this other side, and by the time you complete the rest of the rows, you should be having something like this. So go ahead and complete that, and then I'll meet you once you get to the end. So I went ahead and completed the increased row of the white part, and this is what we have. Yay! I hope you also have something like this. And just to close on the last part, and I'm just going to make a single crochet and then just cut off the yarn. Remember to always leave a long tail to help you to make your work easier when you are weaving in the ends. Yay! So this is the front part of the top. The next thing we're going to do is fixing the back part of the top, and for this color combination I'm going to use chocolate on the back part. So for me, I'll make the green part to be the upper part while the white part to be the down part, but you can do it either way. You can make the white part to be the upper part where we're going to fix our straps, something like this. So to fix the back part, I'm just going to grab my yarn and attach it on the upper part. Make sure you always leave a long tail. Like that. So I'm going to chain 2, and then I'm going to make half double crochet in each and every stitch until the end of the row. I'm not going to increase anything or add any stitch, so work half double crochet until you get to the end of the row. Once you reach the end of the row, you are going to chain 2, turn your work around, and then remember we are still working on the back loop, so half double crochet again, and then I'll meet you once you get to this other point, because this is where we are going to start reducing our work. Towards the end of the row, I have 2 stitches left, and I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to skip these 2, and then I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work around. I hope it's clear enough. So I'm going to slip stitch onto the first half double crochet, and then slip stitch again onto the next half double crochet. So technically it's like I have skipped 2 half double crochet, and then onto the third one I'm going also to slip stitch and chain 1, and then onto that third stitch I'm going to make a half double crochet. So I'm going to reduce my work in a way it's giving it a nice edging, like a picot effect, and then from there I'm going to half double crochet in each and every stitch until the end of the row. Remember we are still working through the back loop. So once you get to the end of the row, we are still going to remember on this down part you're going to maintain no reduction, no increase. You're just going to chain 2 again, turn your work around, half double crochet. Sorry, working with the dark yarn is quite tricky, so half double crochet in each and every stitch, and then as you head towards this other side you're going to skip the last 2 half double crochet. Let me just do it for the last time. So here I am. I have skipped these two half double crochet, and then at this point I'm just going to chain 1, turn my work around, and then I'm going to slip stitch here to skip it. That's the first stitch I have skipped. Slip stitch onto the next. That's another half double crochet I have skipped, and then onto the third one I'm also going to make a slip stitch, and then to start the row, to make it a half double crochet I'm just going to chain 1, and then inside the same stitch now I'm going to make a half double crochet, and then half double crochet in each and every stitch going towards the other end. So when you continue that way you'll have something like this. You can see the nice picot effect, and then continue reducing up to the height that you need. For instance, I could continue reducing up to this point, but I wanted to have like this height for my back. So in the same way, if I want to have like a longer back, like a good back coverage, I could stop perhaps reducing from this point and then just maintain my work this way. But if I want like a low cut on the back, I'll continue reducing maybe towards up to this point. And then an important thing that you should note is you'll be reducing the back up to this point, and then it's going to have an opening, and then you're going to start your work again from this other end, continue reducing, and then in the middle part we are going to sew the two parts together. So continue reducing this other point. Like for instance, I said like the front part for me was 17 inches, so the back part also is going to be 17 inches, and if I divide that by 2, I should be able to work the back part in 2 pieces. I mean like 17 divided by 2, then this part to this part is going to be half of it, and then this part to this part is going to be half of it. Gosh, I've talked too much. So make that, and then I'll meet you once you get to that other point. So I went ahead and worked on both sides, and the black part or the chocolate part, it's 14 rows of half double crochet, and also on this other side it's 14 rows of half double crochet. And I reduced 6 rows, and then from there I started maintaining my work, maintaining the rows, no reduction. And so the back part is going to be 7 inches. So the next thing we're going to do is to bind these two sides together, and I'll be using a slip stitch to bind the two together. So this is the right side, and I'm just going to flip my work and make the binding on the wrong side. So to slip stitch your work, just insert your hook and grab your yarn and make a slip stitch. I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm just going to bind the two together. Sorry, I'm using a dark yarn and it's kind of unclear. So I'm just going to go into the next stitch and also onto the other side, pull through together, pull through like that to make a slip stitch. Basically you're just inserting your hook on both sides, on the two sides, and then just pull through. So repeat that until you complete the row, and I'll meet you once you get to the other side of the row here. Once you reach to the other side, just chain 1 and cut off your yarn and tighten it off. Now turn your work around. You should be having something like this. Now it's time to fix our straps. On this other one, I used like tiny straps because I wanted it to be this way. But if you have like big bust and you want something that is quite supportive, you can actually increase the thickness of your strap. So to do that, we're going to start fixing the straps on the right side. So to fix the strap, I'm going to go into the 8th row, and then I'm just going to make a single crochet like that, go on to the next row and tighten it, and then I'm going to chain 60. The number of chains you're going to make will depend on your size, so you can actually give it a try to measure yourself until you get it right. And also remember to subscribe and leave a comment if you found this video useful. I'm done making the 60 stitches, and I'm just going to attach it onto the back part. So this is the middle part, and I'm just going to leave like one row, skip one row, and attach it using a single crochet. And then this is the middle part, so in the next 2 rows towards the middle part, I'm just going to single crochet, so I have single crocheted like in the next 4 rows, and then from there I'm just going to chain 60 again to make like the second strap. I'm done with my 60 chains, so I'm just going to take it and attach it on the front part with a single crochet. With a single crochet like that, and then I'm just going to slip stitch onto the next one and chain 1, and then I'm just going to cut off my ends. So you are done. The next thing we're going to do is just to weave in the ends using a needle, and then I'll meet you once we get to that point. I'm using the small needle to weave in my ends to secure it properly. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your time, and feel free to tag me on Instagram on your piece of work that you've just recreated.